Welcome to Modern World Dynamics, where we dive deep into the intriguing aspects of contemporary social norms. Today, we're stepping into the battlefield of dating economics. Yes, we're talking about that age-old debate that pops up when the waiter drops the bill on the table. Who should pay on the first date? Is it the man adhering to traditional chivalry, or the woman championing gender equality? Or should we just split it down the middle and go 50-50? Picture this. A couple, let's call them Jack and Jill, are on their first date. They've had a fantastic evening, laughter, shared stories, and that spark of chemistry. Then, as the last spoonful of dessert is savoured, the waiter saunters over with the bill. Suddenly, the air is thick with tension. Jack reaches for his wallet, but Jill insists on paying. They engage in a polite but awkward tug-of-war over the bill, each insisting they've got it covered. The waiter, trying to hide a smirk, watches this spectacle unfold. A classic scene, isn't it? But let's take a step back. Is Jack's gesture a sign of respect, or is it patronizing? Is Jill's insistence a declaration of independence, or a challenge to Jack's masculinity? Or maybe they're both just trying to avoid that uncomfortable conversation about splitting the bill. The truth is, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. The dynamics of who should pay on a date have evolved over the years, shaped by cultural, social, and personal factors. In the next few scenes, we'll delve into these three scenarios. The gentleman who insists on footing the bill, the independent woman who wants to pay her way, and the modern couple who prefers to split the costs. Each has its merits and pitfalls, and it's all about finding the approach that works best for you and your date. But let's not jump to conclusions. There's a lot more to this than meets the eye. So stay tuned as we unpack this age-old debate in the world of modern dating. Consider our first scenario, the man paying for the date. This tradition, deeply ingrained in many societies, is as old as dating itself. It's a relic from times when men were the primary breadwinners, expected to court women with displays of their financial prowess. Picture this. A man, let's call him Jack, is on a first date with a woman, let's call her Jill. Jack insists on paying the bill, believing it's his gentlemanly duty. Jill, however, is a modern woman who values her independence and the ability to pay her own way. Jack's insistence on paying is seen by Jill as a chivalrous gesture, and she appreciates it. It shows her that he's willing to invest in their potential relationship, and she sees it as a positive sign. However, let's flip the coin. Another woman, let's call her Jane, finds herself in the same situation with Jack. But this time, when Jack insists on paying, Jane sees it as a red flag. She interprets it as Jack asserting dominance, or worse still, trying to create a sense of obligation. For Jane, Jack's insistence on paying the bill feels less like chivalry and more like an uncomfortable power play. Both scenarios are plausible and occur frequently in the dating world. The takeaway is that the tradition of men paying for dates, while rooted in chivalry, can have varying impacts. It can either be seen as a charming gesture of interest or an antiquated practice that stirs up discomfort. The key lies in communication and understanding. It's important for both parties to express their preferences and comfort levels when it comes to who should foot the bill. In this modern age, it's not about who pays for the date, but about the mutual respect and understanding between two people exploring a potential connection. So, chivalry may not be dead, but it certainly has its complexities. Now let's flip the script. Imagine a woman insisting on footing the bill. It's a scenario that might cause a few eyebrows to raise, but it's one that's becoming increasingly common in the modern dating landscape. Let's take a walk through a narrative. Picture this. A confident, self-assured woman named Emily, who decides to ask out a charming gentleman named Mark. Emily is the one who initiates the date, selects the restaurant, and at the end of the night, she's the one who reaches for the check. Mark is taken aback, but Emily insists. She says, "I asked you out, I chose the place, and I want to pay." This isn't a power play, it's a statement of independence. Emily is a modern woman who believes that the person who initiates a date should also be the one to pay for it. It's not about Mark's ability or inability to pay. Rather, it's about Emily's choice to take control of the situation. It's also about breaking away from traditional gender roles. The act of a woman paying for a date is a clear sign that the dynamics in the dating world are changing. Women are not only earning their own money, but they are also comfortable spending it in the way they see fit. This scenario can elicit a range of reactions. Some may argue that it undermines the man's role, while others may see it as a refreshing change. Some men may feel emasculated, while others may feel relieved. It's a mixed bag of responses, reflecting the diversity of opinions in our society. But what does Emily's act say about her? It says she's independent, confident, and not afraid to challenge societal norms. It says she's willing to take the initiative, not just in asking someone out, but also in bearing the cost of the date. So next time you're out on a date, don't be surprised if your female companion reaches for the check. It's a sign of the times, reflecting the evolving dynamics of dating. A woman paying for a date might seem unconventional, but it's becoming more common in today's dating world. Then there's the middle ground, going Dutch, or splitting the bill 50-50. This approach, you could say, is the Switzerland of dating etiquette. It's neutral, safe, and no one's wallet is unduly burdened. But is it as simple as it sounds? Let's imagine a scenario. Picture Jack and Jill out on their first date. They've laughed, they've shared stories, and now the bill arrives. Jack suggests splitting it down the middle, and Jill agrees. At first glance it seems fair. Equal partners, equal responsibilities. But what if Jill ordered the lobster while Jack only had a salad? Fairness, as it turns out, can be a bit tricky to define. For some, splitting the bill 50-50 is an emblem of equality and mutual respect. It's a statement that says, we're in this together. It can also ease the pressure on one person to foot the entire bill, making the dating scene a bit more wallet-friendly. On the flip side, going Dutch might not always mirror the reality of the date. If one person orders more than the other, should they still split the bill evenly? Does this approach take the romance out of the equation, replacing candlelight with calculators? Going Dutch might seem like the fairest approach, but it's not without its own set of complications. After all, in the game of love, who said anything about playing fair? So, who should pay for a date? Well, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. We've explored the gentleman's dilemma, the independent woman, and the fair share. If you found this enlightening, we've got more. Check out our online courses, from dating advice to financial planning for couples, all for just $15 a month. So, why not subscribe? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Modern World Dynamics for more insightful content. And remember, the link for donations is in the description below. Until next time, keep navigating the dynamics of the modern world.